Welcome to Simon Field on the campus of DC Everest High School. I'm Chris Conley, getting ready for Everest Merchants Baseball. Tonight the Plover Dacts are in town. We're just a few minutes away from first pitch. Our pregame coverage is brought to you by Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. That's Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston, and Highway 10 East on Church Street in Stevens Point. The Merchants are already on the field. Andrew Baranowski is their starting pitcher. He's completing his warm-up tosses. We'll be ready to go after this commercial break on Zaleski Sports.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Here's Plover's batting order and starting lineup ready to face Andrew Baranowski for the Merchants. Bennett Klisch will lead off and play left field. Gavin Renwick's in center field batting second. Wyatt Blaskowski, he's the Dacts pitcher. He'll hit for himself and bat third. Brady Houston's the shortstop fourth. Caden Thayer's the third baseman fifth. Batting sixth in right field, John Carlson. Cam McLarrier's the second baseman. He'll hit seventh. Bailey Houston at first base, 8th, and the catcher A.J. O'Brien, 9th. Again, for the visiting Dacts, who are wearing their sky blue jerseys with gray pants, Klisch, Renwick, Blaskowski, Houston, Thayer, Carlson, McLarrier, Bailey Houston, and A.J. O'Brien. Merchants defense behind Andrew Baranowski. Connor Langman starts in left. Coleman Schillings in center. Nick Barnes is in right. The infield, Kyler Soppy's the third baseman. Tanner Graham at shortstop. Tony Leby is the second baseman, and Noah Shimoleski's at first. Brad Anderson catches, and Andrew Baranowski's ready for our opening pitch tonight. It's down low, ball one. I never would have thought that we'd be playing baseball today. And at the knees, that's judged to be strike one to get us underway. Inside-out swing popped up on the infield. Shortstop calling and catching, and Tanner Graham has retired Bennett Klisch. I am betting that lightning strike has knocked out our scoreboard tonight. And you know what? Until you're at a place without a working scoreboard, you never realize how often you look up at these things. Gavin Renwick to hit with one out, nobody on. Checked his swing and went too far. Strike one. Actually, as we move into the later parts of the evening, this is a 7:30 start. We got underway 15 minutes early. That's a great idea. But the chances for showers and thunderstorms are going to go down as we move through the evening. It's actually turned out to be very pleasant. Sunshine over the right field fence and 72 degrees at first pitch. This morning, I never would have thought we'd be playing baseball. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike at the knees. So far, the low pitch seems to be in play, and we appreciate our home plate umpire indicating the count. Again, the scoreboard's out. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Going to have to complete a throw down to first base, and it's going to be close. Got him. Catcher Brad Anderson throws down. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first.
Pitcher number 21, Wyatt Blaskowski.
Wyatt Blaskowski, the Dacts pitcher, will hit for himself. Blaskowski's quite a specimen at the plate. Broad-shouldered, tall kid, prototype ball player. That pitch is a little outside, ball one. Merchants are off to a good start this season. Another inside-out swing. First baseman bobbles. Going to need the pitcher covering. Got it there in time. No, it's dropped. Dropped by the pitcher who was late covering. Noah Shimoleski had to come off the bag. They're saying, no, he held it long enough? Held it long enough for the inning to come to an end. Looked like an error that wasn't, and it turns out to be a 3-up, 3-down inning. Merchants coming up when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
To the bottom of the first we're going. Like I said, nice. Suddenly it's a very pleasant evening for baseball. I'm Chris Conley, glad to be with you for Merchants Baseball. Here's the Merchants batting order against the Plover Dacts. Third baseman Kyler Soppe will lead off. Tanner Graham at shortstop second. Brock Wharton will DH and will hit third. He's hitting in the spot of second baseman Tony Levy. Catcher Brad Anderson will bat fourth. Nick Barnes in right field fifth. Connor Langbin hits sixth. He's in left field. Coleman Schilling's in center field, hitting seventh. Pitcher Andrew Baranowski will bat for himself eighth, and Noah Shimoleski's at first base ninth. So for the homestanding Merchants, Soppe, Graham, Warren, Anderson, Barnes, Connor Langbin, Schilling, Baranowski, and Shimoleski. Dacts defense. Bennett Klisch, who was for sure a two-sport. Boy, I can't remember if he played basketball too. Football standout, tremendous baseball hitter. Bennett Klisch is in left field. Gavin Renwick's in center. John Carlson's in right. On the infield, Caden Thayer's the third baseman. Brady Houston's the shortstop. Cam McLarrier's the second baseman, and Bailey Houston's at first base. A.J. O'Brien catches. And Wyatt Blaskowski, I thought just barely retired to end the first inning, is ready to work the bottom of the first. It's funny, you do a Merchant game, it's a mix of all kinds. Some seem to be newer members of the DC Everest Alumni Club, and some, well, their high school days are just further in the rearview mirror. First ball swinging, it's up on the infield. Fighting the sun, pitcher calls and catches, and Blaskowski has retired Kyler Soppe after just one pitch.
Shortstop, number 9, Tanner Graham.
Again, I'm trying to remember how many years ago we saw players like Soppe and Graham and Langbin. And I can't believe it's probably been 4 or 5 years since some of these guys have picked up their diplomas and graduated from DC Everest. Older you get, the faster time goes. Yes? Yeah, that's true. Thinking about bunting. High for ball one. We're brought to you by Greenheck Group, the global leader in creating air movement and control equipment. Greenheck is one of Wausau's largest employers, the perfect place for the next step in your career. See if Greenheck Group is right for you. Greenheck.com. Greenheck.com. Swing and a miss, ball and a strike. I know here on Zaleski Sports we were scheduled for an Everest American Legion game tomorrow. Everest Legion is going to be shuffling their schedule earlier in the season. Why is that? I'll tell you in just a moment. Off speed drops in for strike two, a ball and 2 strikes. Because Everest has a lot of Mosinee kids who are coming up here to play Legion ball, and Mosinee High School still alive in the state playoffs. Congratulations to the Indians. They're going to state this year. So those players will be late to join the Legion program. Tying away 2 balls and 2 strikes. So game on Thursday, the Legion game is off for tomorrow. It'll be rescheduled for later in the season. And there was going to be a Saturday triangular. That's off too. Instead, the Wausau Bulldogs, that's the combined East and West high school baseball team for Legion play, they'll play a doubleheader against Holman on Saturday. That'll be moved to Athletic Park, and we'll have both of those games here on Zaleski Sports. Thanks for the work, guys. That's up high, and the count goes full. And our home plate umpire is aware that we're working without a scoreboard. He's flashing the count after almost every pitch, and we appreciate it up here. Tanner Graham with the count full, coming home. Swing and a miss.
Designated hitter number 15, Brock Warren.
Brock Warren will hit now. DHing and hits in the number 3 spot. Just missed the inside corner. Ball 1. Up high, 2 balls and no strikes. In a lot of these Merchants games, our home plate umpires wear the balloon chest protectors. I wonder if you called up your local baseball supply store. I mean, you get it online now. I'm not sure anyone makes balloon protectors anymore. Some of these look like they're kind of old. 2-0 pitch. Swing and fouled back, 2-1. There's only one Everest high school team that's still alive. That is the girls' soccer team. Number 1 seed, so they get a home game tomorrow night at Hudson. Called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Off speed to right field and caught there by John Carlson. Pitchers hold sway in the first inning, 2 3 up, 3 down frames. We'll go to the second with no score when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Axis Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating. But with Axis Insurance, you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Top of the second is on and there's no score. This is Merchants Baseball on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. Brought to you by Camping World of Rothschild off I-39. Huge inventory of new and used RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and campers. Treat yourselves to memories that'll last a lifetime. Camping World of Rothschild. Everest baseball coach Dave Langman is on the PA tonight. Just to my right. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. Are there not 2 teams named Merchants in this league? I think in Osseo, that team is named Merchants too. So we are like the Canadian Football League, which for years had a team called the Tiger Cats and another team called the Tiger Cats. For one team it was 2 words, and for the other team it was just one long word run together.
Leading off for Plover, shortstop, number 11, Brady Houston.
Brady Houston to lead off for the Plover Dacts here in the top of the second. No score. Outside, ball 1. Brady Houston has not outgrown the high sanitary socks. You'd think there's a time after high school that you would leave those behind. No, sir. Foul ball down the third base line, just on the other side of the bag. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fleet Farm is everything you need for summer fun on the water. Check out their huge selection of kayaks, water towables, fishing gear, and more. Shop in-store or at a store near you or online at fleetfarm.com. Fleet Farm's messaging as we move from May into June is no longer their pet food specials. One less opportunity to talk about my Great Dane Argos, the most famous Great Dane in central Wisconsin. Low. 3 balls and 1 strike now for Brady Houston. On the corner, strike, and the count fulls up. I see that Greg Langbin here. He's the scoreboard surgeon, I believe. He may be operating soon. Shakes his head, no, not my box of tricks. Payoff pitch coming. Through the left side, third baseman's got it across the diamond. Bingo! Nice play by Kyler Soppe, showing some range to his left. Houston's retired, 4 up, 4 down for Andrew Baranowski.
Third baseman, number 17, Caden Tower.
Caden Tower to bat now. 1 out and none on. Top of the second, and we are scoreless. First ball swinging to right center field. Coleman Schilling, center fielder, calls and catches. There's the second out. We mentioned before that there were 2 teams named Tiger Cats in the Canadian Football League, just like there are 2 teams named Merchants. I know that one of my fellow broadcasters, Gene Delisio, the morning mayor of Marshfield for forever, he's a Canadian Football League fan. Down low, and it's a ball to John Carlson. Hitting with 2 outs and nobody on. Inside and twists Carlson back for a ball. On the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs and none on as we play the top of the second. Wednesday night baseball. Tipped back to the catcher's mitt. And actually, that went off the mask of catcher Brad Anderson. Went back to the screen. 2-2. Home plate umpire checking that catcher Anderson's okay. He's ready to go. 2-2 pitch. A tapper to second. Over to first is Tony Leby, and it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. Andrew Baranowski retires the first 6 that he faces. Bottom of the second, no score when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Bottom of the second is on. Neither team has put a base runner on so far. Anderson, Barnes, and Connor Langbin to hit for the Merchants here in the bottom of the second against Wyatt Blaskowski. Baseball Today is brought to you by Merrill Steel, your partner for structural steel fabrication. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply today at merrillsteel.com. Here's Brad Anderson. Anderson without the catcher's gear on, he's got the build of a catcher. Look at him. Righty against righty as we get the bottom of the second going. Off-speed pitch is in, strike one. Got to tell you, one of the things that I've enjoyed over the last couple of summers working with Zaleski Sports, I love the kind of slower, laid-back pace of, say, a Merchants game or our American Legion coverage. Outside, 2-0. You know, baseball's fun, whatever level it's at. Strike at the knees. Catcher didn't hold it, no matter. It's 2-1. As we mentioned earlier, we had a couple of Everest Legion games, but Everest Legion is missing some of the Mosinee players still alive for high school state tournament play. So some of the Everest Legion games will be rescheduled to later in the season. What was going to be a triangular on Saturday has now been moved to Athletic Park. Wausau Bulldogs against Holman. Two of them starting at 11 o'clock. We'll have both games on Zaleski Sports. That's up high. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Fly ball, and it's well hit to left center field. Is this going to be a gapper? A reaching up catch theft in the outfield. Gavin Renwick reaches up over his shoulder on a full run and robs Brad Anderson. It's a nice play out there.
Number 25, Nick Barnes.
Boy, and I love a rangy, good defensive center fielder. Fully on display there. Gavin Renwick with a great defensive play. Looked like that was going to be up against the wall until it wasn't, till it was in Renwick's glove. Ball 1 to Nick Barnes. By far the best hit ball of the night, too. There's a strike, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on as we play the bottom of the second. Out in front, swing and a miss, 1-2. Did it not feel just a little muggy yesterday? It's a much more comfortable evening tonight. I mean, whatever rain we had, rain generally stayed north of Simon Field today. Had some rain around this morning. Up and in, 3 balls and a strike. But the humidity's down as we move into the early part of the evening. Really, really pleasant for baseball. So why aren't you here? Off speed and foul down the right field line. We're brought to you by Backey's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild. Personalized chiropractic care in a family-oriented atmosphere. They'll help any age patients from a few days old to moms and dads keeping up with the kids. No matter what issue your body's battling, migraines, anxiety, let Backey's Family Chiropractic give you the life you deserve. Up the middle, and just past the shortstop Brady Houston behind second base. A single with 1 out. First base runner of the evening for either side.
Left fielder, number 13, Connor Langman.
Here's Connor Langman with his own cheering section right up here in the press box. Connor's a lefty. I saw him play a couple of Merchants games last year. First ball swinging, line drive, but right at Bennett Klisch, who makes the play. Langman hit it on the button and is the second out. Both outs have been well hit balls here. Coleman Schilling to hit now.
Come on, Dacts.
Coleman Schilling with the Everest varsity baseball team, one of the coaches all season. Kids like Coleman. Outside corner, strike one. Runner on first and 2 outs. We are scoreless as we play the bottom of the second. Up high, 1-1. Does your roof need attention? Call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield today. Hail damage experts? They serve all of central Wisconsin residential and commercial roofing. If you have recent hail damage to your home or business, Seamless Commercial Roofing is your hail damage expert. Their workmanship is always guaranteed. It's fouled away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. You can call Seamless Commercial Roofing today for a free estimate. 715-204-8103. 715-204-8103. Seamless Commercial Roofing, welcome to our Zaleski Sports family of sponsors. Coleman Schilling waits with 2 outs and a runner on first. Fly ball to center field. Going back again is Gavin Renwick. It is over his head and up against the wall. It's a double, and a run comes in for the Merchants. Nick Barnes chugging around third base and will score. Well hit balls this inning for the Merchants. The 2 outs, an over-the-shoulder catch and a line drive off Connor Langben's bat. And there's Coleman Schilling over the center fielder's head for an RBI. Merchants play in front tonight, 1-0. Here's Andrew Baranowski, pitcher. Hit to the outfield could bring in another run. Chance for the pitcher to help himself. First ball swinging and caught by the shortstop. Brady Houston brings the inning to a close. Barnes and Schilling hit safely for the Merchants, and a run comes in. We'll go to the top of the third. Our new score, Merchants 1, Dacts 0 on Zaleski Sports.
For me, for Green Heck, it's just equal opportunity for everybody to grow.
I've been going to school for electrical system technology, and they gave me opportunity to go to that department. I was like, wow.
Green Heck gives you a lot of opportunities. A lot.
People that work hard here, they get opportunity to move up, and I found all that and more here.
I've been encouraged to grow, to get education. Our future's really bright.
Work where there are endless career opportunities, no mandatory overtime, and a great family atmosphere.
Top of the third, and so far, Andrew Baranowski, the Merchants pitcher, has retired the first 6 that he's faced. He'll get 7, 8, and 9 in the Dacts batting order. McLarrier, Bailey Houston, and O'Brien. Express Employment says, get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals with locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com.
After that, we got 29. Sounds like a terrible trip. Especially with the guy I was working with, the other one. That's true. Yeah, you were working with his stomach really.
All right, warm-up pitches are complete for Andrew Baranowski. We're ready to go in the top of the third. It's been a fast-moving ball game so far, too.
Number 8, Cam McCarrier. That's what that says.
Cam McCarrier to bat now. Righty to righty.
Did you pull yourself out of the game? I was only getting one at bat.
Coleman Schilling reports that his work is done.
An hour ago. I had no idea.
Coming up to the press box.
Was that on band?
Up high.
You'll need to. They just assumed it was on the schedule at the beginning of the year. Oh, it was? Maybe that's my bad. That could be my bad. No, it's more my bad than anything. Just giving you shit.
Down low. 2 balls, no strikes. If Coleman Schilling is not in the field, that means the Evergreens have someone else playing center field. We'll try and pick up who that is in just a moment. Connor Langben moves to center field, which means there'll be someone new in left field. Nate Langben. Double Langbens in the outfield. And it's a leadoff walk for Cam McCarrier, first base runner for the Dacts tonight. Here's Bailey Houston. Bailey hits from the right side. Should he get aboard, he does not look like a threat to steal a base. Runner's going to be caught in the middle. Let's see how the Merchants play this, got him out. Something wasn't right on that play. Base runner not aware of the sign? Who knows? Houston squared to bunt. Runner was late getting off first base, and he's out. Will be counted as a caught stealing. Fly ball in foul territory. Is there a play down the third base line? No, there is not. No balls and 2 strikes on Bailey Houston. Waiting on an 0-2 pitch. Runner erased on a base running mistake, so there's 1 out here. Inside out swing, shallow, and second baseman and shortstop collide, and the ball's been caught. That's an out. Let's see if we've got an injury there. Leby and Graham both went after that ball, and I believe it's in Tanner Graham. It's in Leby, the second baseman's glove, and it's Graham who looked like he got raked right across the face as that diving catch was made. And Tanner Graham, I believe, really is bloodied from that. Checking out Tanner Graham to make sure he stays in the game. He's gonna. What, does Tanner Graham get to keep the gauze out with him at shortstop? We'll see. I think the worst baseball collision that I ever saw was at a New York Mets game at Shea Stadium. The Mets for a while had Lenny Dykstra playing center field, and in this particular game they put Mookie Wilson, who was a center fielder as well, put him in right field. And on a line drive to the gap, they collided and looked like they clotheslined one another. And it took forever for one of them, whoever got the worst of that injury, to get back up. A.J. O'Brien, number 9 in the Dacts batting order, takes low, ball 1. Seems like there should be more traffic for Plover. A walk erased by a base running mistake or a missed sign. And then a diving catch behind second base. 2 outs and none on. If Andrew Baranowski can retire O'Brien, he'll have faced the minimum through the first 3 innings. Fouled away. Looking forward to our Saturday doubleheader at Athletic Park. I don't think they have the new turf in at Athletic Park yet, but they are going to turf the infield and leave the outfield natural grass. I think that's coming for next season. Popped up, foul territory. First base side, out of play. The infield turf will be necessary because college softball is coming to Wausau starting next season. The Northwoods League, just like they have the developmental baseball program that college kids can play in when their college season is over, going to do the same for softball. Off speed, grounder to third. Stays down for Soppe, throws across the diamond, got him by a step. That was close at first base. Soppe knew that he had to hustle that across the diamond, and the inning comes to an end. A walk erased, and will go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Merchants on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Karen from the Hearing House. Ignoring hearing loss can have many negative effects on your body and your life. Even if you don't realize it, it can affect your mind, your relationships, the way you feel, the way you act, your activities. Hearing loss is so much more than not hearing what people are saying. That's why at the Hearing House we're so passionate about what we do, because we see the changes in people's lives.
So call us if you're ready to find out if we can help you.
Make your house a hearing house.
Mark, you ready for Merrill next week? Who's catching?
Pitching change for the Dacts. Wyatt Blaskowski works 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, it was earned. Caden Tower comes in to take over the pitching here in the bottom of the 3rd. 9-1-2 up for the Merchants. As our sun disappears behind the clouds, we have some cloud cover that's starting to move in from right field. Does not look threatening. No threat of rain right now at all. Brought to you by Auto Select of Weston on Schofield Avenue, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. With a 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. That's Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. You know, it'll be here sooner than you realize. I mean, the month of May seemed like it just flew by. Already into our first week of June. August will be here in high school football. Friday Night Lights is closer than you think. Everest football team will have kind of a reconfigured schedule. The new Valley Football Association brings in schools from the Eau Claire area. And they have crossover games, too. Once every 16 years. Maybe I'll be retired by then. The Evergreens football team will have a trip all the way up to Superior. That better not be a Thursday night game. We need a hotel room up there. The ride to Superior. I mean, it's nice up there, and Superior High School are great hosts. But it just seems like you drive forever. You get to Eau Claire, and you're not even halfway there. Then you turn north, and you're going for another couple of hours.
First baseman, number 8, Noah Chmielewski.
Here's Noah Chmielewski to lead off for the Evergreens, left-handed bat. Wonder how Noah's golf is these days. Dad's one of the groundskeepers at, boy, I forget which club it is. Is it Indian Hills? Maybe. Greenwood Hills. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. They don't let me on any course. I cause too much damage. There's a strike, 1-1. I remember my high school golf team. Now, granted, I went to high school in Connecticut. Not a lot of municipal courses there, but if you were on the golf team, you got to play at the Woodlands Country Club. Oh, my goodness. Membership cost a fortune. In fact, I'm not sure that there was open membership to Woodlands. I think it had to be handed down like from generation to generation. And the only way someone who was 17, 18 years old was getting on that course is if you were a caddy, they might let you play a hole or two after hours or be a member of the high school golf team. And you can imagine all around Fairfield County, Connecticut, the wealthiest of suburbs. Off speed, Noah is out on strikes, couldn't check his swing. So Caden Tower opens up his night of work with a K.
Third baseman, number 6, Kyler Soppe.
Kyler Soppe popped out on the infield his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. And again, if you were on the golf team when you had road meets, you would travel to all kinds of fancy places. Greenwich, the Greenwich Country Club course, oh my goodness, forget about that. Could go up to New Canaan or to Darien. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Tower's kind of a different kind of pitcher. Everything that he's thrown's got some bite to it. So the ball's moving for him. These pitches have a tail. That stays up high, 1-1. Kyler Soppe threw a laser across the infield to get the final out in the top of the third inning. Bats here in the bottom of the third. Pitch had a big break, but it's down low. Soppe does not go for it. Strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 1 out and nobody on, playing the bottom of the third. Merchants baseball tonight on Zaleski. Merchants are up 1-0. And that's away. Count is full. I see the Brewers all of a sudden can't score runs. Probably a difference in the opposition. The Phillies are a different animal than the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs this year. Philadelphia's got the best record in baseball. Only 19 losses so far this season. Payoff pitch is high, and Soppe draws a 1-out walk.
Shortstop, number 9, Tanner Graham.
Do I see that the Phillies and the New York Mets travel to London for weekend games? They'll play Saturday and Sunday. Saw one of those time-lapse things of them getting a soccer field ready for baseball. Tanner Graham squared to bunt super early and now asks for time. So the sacrifice is kind of given away here. Tower comes set. Runner is off with the pitch. It's inside. Throw down to second, safe. Soppe was going to beat that throw even if the shortstop held on to it. So now there's the opportunity, if the Merchants wish, to bunt the runner over to third. See how the Merchants play this. Nope, looking to drive him in. It's a slow roller to short. Runner's going to move to third base. That's still a productive at-bat for Tanner Graham. Grounds out to the shortstop, Brady Houston. 2 outs, now a runner at third.
Yeah, but you never hit the bag either, Tanner.
First baseman kind of swept his leg back like he wasn't sure he was on the bag or not. Still recorded as an out. Brock Warren flied out to right field. Merchants looking to build on a 1-0 lead. Runner at third with 2 outs. First ball swinging, and it's popped up down the first base side. Is there a play there? Nope, it's up against the chain link fence. Bailey Houston, the first baseman, looked unsure on how to play that. What's the technique that you're looking for? Get all the way over to the fence first and then make your adjustment as the ball comes closer to you. Bailey Houston looked like he was taking a great circle route there. Brock Warren stays alive. 0-1 pitch. Breaks in for strike 2. Caden Towers got a lot of movement on all of his stuff. He's going to be hard to hit, which is why I think the Merchants would love another run in here. Trying to pick up this runner at third. Off-speed pitch to center field, sinking, but it hangs up just enough for Gavin Renwick to make a play. And the Merchants, with a walk, a stolen base, a ground-out advance, and leave a runner stranded at third. 3 complete. It's 1-0 on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Pitching change for the Merchants as we go to the top of the fourth. Andrew Baranowski did not allow a hit in his 3 innings of work. He gives way to Kyler Soppe, who had been playing third base. Baranowski stays in the game and moves over to third. Give you the pitching line in just a moment for Andrew Baranowski, who was solid to open up the game. Baranowski did not allow a hit in his 3 innings of work. 3 innings scoreless, and he faced just 9 batters. Struck out 1, walked 1. Axis Insurance says whether it concerns your personal life or your business, with Axis Insurance, you know you're taken care of. Auto, home, business, life, and disability. No matter what your needs, look to Axis Insurance and rest easy. Learn more about Axis Insurance at axisinsurance.net. Axis Insurance. Their business revolves around you. One, 2, and 3 for the Dacts to hit here in the top of the fourth. Bennett Klisch, Gavin Renwick, who's played a great defensive center field, and Wyatt Blastkowski. Soppe looks like he's ready to go. One more warm-up pitch before we're underway. Merchants Baseball is brought to you by the Hearing House, providing personalized hearing health care from 5 convenient locations in central Wisconsin. Call Karen or Todd and schedule an appointment. Wausau, Stevens Point, Colby, Neelsville, or Marshfield. Make your house a hearing house. It's funny, from his high school playing days, I more remember Bennett Klisch tearing up the football field. Spash had some great football teams while he was playing there. And it seems like every time Everest football had to go down to Stevens Point, those things just didn't work very well. Soppe is over for strike 1. Klisch for sure, high school baseball. I'm trying to remember if he was a basketball player too. He would have been playing when Spash won those back-to-back high school basketball championships. He's down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Over to shortstop, behind the bag, throwing over, got him, Tanner Graham. So Tanner Graham was involved in the collision behind second base with Tony Leby back in the last inning. Graham no worse for wear on that play. Klisch is 0 for 2. Here's Gavin Renwick. Renwick so far has the defensive play of the game, over the shoulder on a dead run in center field. Robbed Brad Anderson of what was going to be extra bases up against the wall. Renwick struck out his first time up. Inside, ball 1. It's down low. 2 balls, no strikes. We mentioned earlier that Major League Baseball's got games this weekend in London. Phillies and Mets. We are sending over the best baseball team in the Major League, statistically so far, against the Mets, who are one of their worst. Teammates are turning on each other. Sidearm delivery at the knees. It's a low, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. That pitch, maybe just below the hollows of the knees, has consistently been called a strike today, and consistency is what we look for. Fouled back, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Kyler Soppy's first inning of work here in the top of the 4th. One out and none on here in the 4th inning. Off speed, shallow left field, coming in, now falls in front of Nate Langman, and it's a hit. That ball had a lot of hang time, but our left fielder could not close on it fast enough. Wyatt Blastkowski will hit. That's the Dacts' first hit of the ball game. It's always funny to me how baseball is popular in some other countries, but not in others. I think in England, I don't think they could give a darn about baseball. You know, who's going to show up at the 2 games there? Expats, Americans who are living over there. For years now, the NFL games have gotten more popular in Europe. But you would ask people, you know, who shows up when they have a game at Wembley Stadium and it's an NFL game? They say, well, it's Americans who are living in England. It's a thing that reminds them of home. There's a strike. And, you know, one of the biggest trends among fans who follow the NFL closely, I mean, because the NFL is a year-round thing. I mean, there's media coverage of off-season workouts and the draft and all of that. People are more likely to travel to games in exotic places. This is a well-hit ball to right field, but it hangs up there, and Nick Barnes makes the catch. There's the second out. Renwick retreats to first base. Like, I would have no interest in going to Brazil. Sao Paulo, Brazil, to see the Packers and Eagles? No interest in that. You got to figure you got to make a couple of days out of that. It's a day to get there, a day to get back. You'd give up an entire week. Unless I'm fired up about spending 4 or 5 days of vacation doing that, I won't do it. And, of course, thank you, NFL. The Packers-Eagles game from Brazil is on a Friday night. It'll conflict with high school sports all over the place. Brady Houston, that's inside, ball 1. Now, I've never been to London. Taking in an NFL game in London, that might be interesting. But there'd be other things that I'd be interested in doing. Want to see one of their Broadway shows on the West End? A day at the horse races, perhaps? Maybe at Royal Ascot? That would be nice. Yeah, I've only been to Europe once. Trip to Dublin, and had a great time there. Throw over to first, runners back. And Dublin, nice place to visit. Friendliest people you can imagine. Gets expensive during the summer, the height of their tourist season. I went in March, just a little chilly. No different than late spring, late winter here. And everything was priced reasonably. Good deal on the hotel. You know that in Europe, their electrical prongs are different. So you try and plug in something into their... You need a special adapter. Well, I thought I didn't and tried to pull in my own power strip and blew out the electricity on the entire floor of the hotel that I was staying at. The St. George's Hotel in Dublin, they probably remember me. I knocked out the power to everybody on my floor. Yeah, I have to decide for future vacations. Do I want to branch out and see other parts of the world that I haven't visited yet? Or someplace like Dublin that I loved, do I go back there? I would go back there in a minute. We never have enough time off, right? Runners going. Pitches high, throw down to second, safe. Dacts have a runner in scoring position for the first time this afternoon. If I could convince myself it was safe to go, I'd like to go to South Africa. But again, I think that the security situation there, who knows? I'd also like to visit the Holy Land. Trip to Rome and then to Israel. That'd be nice. But again, you know what the security situation there is like. It kind of stinks right now. And I guess what would be interesting about those vacations, no traditional sports. Like, I think going to Asia and seeing baseball, seeing a Korean or a Japanese baseball league, that would be fascinating. Fouled back. How are the Hamfish this year? It's one of the teams in the Japanese league. The thing that I remember reading about, all of the ballparks are in and around Tokyo, and none of them have any parking. Everyone comes and goes by public transportation. You take the train to the game, which is why in the Japanese league, games can end in a tie, because the trains leave at a certain time. I believe if the game's still tied after 11 innings, that the game is a draw, or else fans would have no way to get home. Brady Houston at bat, 2 outs and a runner at second. Hit to the outfield could tie us up. Kyler Soppy's trying to work around a 1-out walk. Off speed, almost hit him. It's ball 4, and the runner will advance down to third base on the wild pitch. So the inning continues. Caden Tower, who was a starting infielder and is now pitching, will get a chance to hit with 2 outs after a visit to the mound. Kyler Soppy is kind of bouncing that baseball like he's ready to go. We're sponsored tonight by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, or Merrill. Or learn more at nicolaybank.com. I've talked before about what little I know about baseball in South Korea. In South Korea, you can rent a robot from your home. Enter in your credit card number, and you control it from your cell phone. The robot makes noise or waves a flag.
Batting for Plover pitcher, number 17, Kate Tower.
I also know in Korea that not only do batters have their own walk-up music, you download their walk-up music to your phone, and some of the batters have like a little dance that you're supposed to do. So if you're a fan of whoever it is, you get up in your seat and do your dance. Follow the moves from your phone. Tower takes ball 1. That's that low pitch that has been a strike for much of the night. Runner is going. Inside. Merchants do not throw down. With the runner at third base, they'll let Brady Houston take second. So there are now 2 in scoring position for Tower. So here in the middle innings, this becomes a bigger at-bat. Hit to the outfield could bring in 2. And this ball is hit to center field. Langbin is over on the run, can't catch up with it. 2 are in, and the Dacts take the lead on Tower's double to right center field. A scoreboard flipping double for Caden Tower. 2-1 now. Dacts in front.
Number 7, John Carlson.
John Carlson, the right fielder, will hit now. It's a nice at-bat coming with 2 outs. Carlson grounded out his first time. This will be the end of my knowledge of baseball in Asia. It's considered impolite to make noise when the other team is batting. And most ballparks there, because these are smaller countries, it's easier to get to a team's road game, are filled with fans from both sides. So like a football game, if your team is the visiting team, you're sitting on the third base side. If your team is the home team, you're on the first base side. And that side of the stadium is silent when the other team is batting. Yeah, that would be fascinating. trip to Asia to see baseball there? I mean, it's still fundamentally the same game. Major League Baseball in Japan, their baseball is slightly smaller than what's used in our big leagues. Little low. 2 balls, no strikes. Kyler Soppe would like to close the door on this inning right now. 2 runs are in for the Dacts, and there's a runner at second base. High and away, 3 balls and no strikes. That was close. Soppe kind of looked in like he wanted that. Do I spy with my broadcaster's eye? Riley Pazer has joined us up here in the broadcast booth. Sooner or later, his Legion team will have enough players they'll get on the field. That's coming. It's all because Mosinee High School's been too darn good this season. Swing and a miss at a pitch that was judged a ball the last time. 3-1 now. The Mosinee kids are going to contribute a lot to the Everest American Legion program this year. Everest, as I understand it, is going to be pitching deep for the upcoming Legion season. To first, tough hop and a handle there by Noah Shimoleski, who steps on the bag. That's a good defensive play. Brings the inning to an end. A single, a walk, and a double, and 2 come in for the Dacts. Our new score as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Plover leads 2-1 on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Merchants coming up to hit in the bottom of the 4th, and for the first time this evening, they are trailing 2-1. Brad Anderson, Nick Barnes, and Connor Langbin to hit. This will be a second inning of work for Caden Tower. Tower walked 1 and struck out 1 in the 3rd inning, and now he stays on for the 4th. Brad Anderson to lead off for the Merchants, and Anderson was robbed of extra bases. Gavin Renwick, the Dacts center fielder, on a dead run, reached up. Stole away what was going to be extra bases up against the wall in center field. We notice for Merchants games between innings, all country or rock and roll. Nothing that makes the speakers thump up here. It's funny, wherever you go, things are the same. You go to ballparks anywhere, from major leagues to minor leagues to high school, it is the same small group of songs. Like, I don't need to hear John Fogerty sing center field ever again. It's run its course, you think? Here comes Brad Anderson. Anderson's got that tight, closed stance, but boy, he smacked a pitch his last at-bat. This is his first time against Tower, and it's outside, ball 1. Fouled off the facing of the Dacts dugout. Ball and a strike. This game has been moving right along. We started early. Played for an hour and 5 minutes so far tonight. And you know what? Is it just me, but are some of the Major League Baseball games, do some of the Major League games feel a little rushed now? Smack to right field. Anderson's hit the ball on the button in both of his at-bats, and he's got a single to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Do you know how I know? And maybe this is something that only a broadcaster picks up on. But a lot of times when they come back from the commercial breaks between innings, the pitcher's already thrown the first pitch. Again, everything's on the timer now. Time between innings, so hustle in, hustle out. The timer is running for that. And then when the batter is called up and engages, the timer is running for that too. Nick Barnes bunts it foul. So a lot of times you'll hear Jeff Levering or Lane Grindle on the Brewers radio network. They'll come back from the commercial and they'll know the first pitch is a ball. And that pitch has already been thrown. So you're hoping for not a leadoff home run or something like that. The bunt is down. This is a good one down the first base side. Only play is to first base. Got the out by half a step. That was close. Nick Barnes thought he had a chance and was busting it down the line. Moves the runner over to second.
Number 13, Connor Langdon.
Connor Langdon will hit now. I believe that Logan Langdon awaits on deck. Nate Langdon is on deck. Thank you, guys. Got a lot of help available here in the broadcast booth, and we appreciate it. You know, before the sun goes down, it's hard to see when something's hit out to right field. Extra set of eyes, appreciated. One out and a runner at second. To the right side, second baseman's got it. It's enough to advance the runner. Anderson moves over to third on the Connor Langdon groundout.
Let's go, Nate. Left fielder, number 19, Nate Langdon.
Nate Langdon to hit. Funny, in Merchants baseball, everyone's number is discombobulated. Nate Langdon's always 23 to me, but 19 for Merchants play. Lifts this to shallow center field. It ties the game. RBI single for Nate Langdon, and the Evergreens tie the game at 2 apiece.
Third baseman, number 3, Andrew Baranowski.
Here's Andrew Baranowski. Nate Langdon at first, throw down, he's back. And here's Andrew Baranowski to hit. Nothing fancy about Nate Langdon's approach. Take what was offered to you, put the ball in play. Hit to the left side, shortstop's got it, throws across the diamond, got him. Brady Houston has retired Andrew Baranowski. Merchants get even with a Nate Langdon RBI single after Brad Anderson's leadoff line drive hit. Our new score at the end of 4 innings is 2-2 on Zaleski Sports.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Buy 3 Goodyear tires and 1 is free has been extended at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Plus, get up to $200 back on 4 installed Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. Buy 3 and 1 is free in March at Sherrill Tire and Auto. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Now pitching for the Merchants, number 18, Jared Huckstrom.
Jared Hoekstra will be the new pitcher for the Merchants as we go to the top of the 5th. Kyler Soppe worked 1 inning tonight. 2 hits and a walk, allowed 2 runs, both earned. Suddenly the sky over right field looks a little threatening. We're not worried. The only thing that's a little different about rain delays here, no one's got a tarp that covers the whole field. You know what, I take that back. At Athletic Park, they do. So when it starts raining, if you stop the game, field conditions only get worse. We can cover up the pitcher's mound, we can cover up home plate. But everything else just absorbs whatever water we've got. So should there be some rain in the future, as long as the sky doesn't open up, we'd like to keep playing tonight. This field already took its share of water earlier this morning. In fact, I was kind of surprised that we'd be playing today. But you know what? As we get later into the summer, it's more humid and things dry out faster. Baseball is brought to you by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. Next Step Prosthetics provides prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take the next step and contact Next Step Prosthetics today. Jared Hoekstra ready for his first pitch here in the top of the fifth. Overhand down low. Matt Wadowski has come into the game playing second base and will bat now for the first time. That's down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Merchants and Dacts are locked in battle in a good one, 2-2. On the fists, and it's popped up in the infield. At second base, calling and catching for the out is Kyler Soppe. One up, one down.
Number 29, Bailey Houston.
Coach Greg Langman was looking over at my scorecard, which will do nothing but lead him astray. Bailey Houston is 0 for 1. Hit a soft liner behind second base where the Merchants second baseman and shortstop collided. Still managed to record the out. That's fouled back for strike one. S.C. Swiderski says one of their apartments or homes is where you want to live, work, and play throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to S.C. Swiderski. They'll make you feel right at home. Visit scSwiderski.com for more. Outside, a ball and a strike. Hoekstra doesn't look like he's particularly comfortable on the mound for his first couple of pitches, like he's still settling in. Very off speed and still high. 2 balls and a strike to Bailey Houston. Off speed again, and that's low. So somewhere in the middle is a strike for Jared Hoekstra. 3-1 pitch coming. That may have been ball 4. Instead, it's fouled off down the first base line. Boy, you know, when the pitcher's struggling, you sure don't want to help him out. I think Bailey Houston did just there. Count fills up. Tapped to the pitcher. Hoekstra over to first, almost threw wildly up the inside. That is the second out. 2 up and 2 down for A.J. O'Brien, who's scheduled to hit for the Dacts.
Catcher number 25, A.J. O'Brien.
Merchants got a run in the second and led 1-0. Dacts put 2 in the fourth and had a 2-1 lead. Everest has come back to tie it with a run in the fourth. 2-2 now. 2 outs and none on for the 0 for 1 O'Brien. Bouncer to third. That's a fair ball. Going to be a super long throw. Nope, foul. Foul. Just to my eyes, that went right over the bag. But you know what? It's the home plate umpire who gets to line that up right down the foul line and indicates foul. So it's a strike. Tapped foul. You know what? Hoekstra's directly over the top motion's a little unusual. Maybe some of the other batters are having trouble adjusting to that. Staub Construction's a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, 100% employee owned. Timing is off on that swing. Still manages to find its way into right field for a hit. A 2-out base runner for the Dacts. Bennett Klisch, who's always a threat at the plate, he's 0 for 2, so he's been held in check so far today. Popped out to the shortstop, grounded out to the shortstop. He'll hit here with 2 outs. At the knees, strike 1. Throw over, runner's back. Trying to see through the window if we have a light rain falling here. You would think having good eyes is a requirement for this job, and apparently it's not. Fouled back. I think we've already used a little of our drying agent to get the field ready for today. Years ago, someone told me that those bags, it's either Turfus or Diamond Dry. I think Turfus is what's used now. Hit to short. Bobbled for a moment. Easy out at second base in time to bring the inning to a close. Tanner Graham was able to get it over, stayed with it, and that brings the inning to an end. Dacts do not score in their half of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th is next, tied 2-2 on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to J&D Tube Benders. Here at J&D, we strive to meet our customers' requirements and expectations. We pursue this goal through the effort of our dedicated employees by continually improving in the areas of customer service, quality, and productivity. We pride ourselves on not only being a pillar of the manufacturing industry, but a family to our employees. J&D Tube Benders, the fastest name in tube line fabrication.
Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Pitching change for the Dacts. Josh Mercione will be the 3rd pitcher used in this game. Caden Tower worked the 3rd and 4th innings. 2 hits, 1 run. Didn't strike out anyone and walked 1. 2-2, and all runs in this ball game are earned.
Number 9, Josh Marcione.
Noah Shimoleski to lead off, 9, 1, and 2 in the Merchants batting order to hit. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned cooperative offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, taxes, and records, they have you covered. Ag Country, Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. Noah will lead off for the Merchants, and Noah had a nice play at first base. Handled a hard hit ball that came up with a short hop and was able to get over to first to get the out and get the inning over. Josh Mercione's first pitch. Outside. Mercione immediately wondered where that pitch was. That's not how you want to start off. First pitch of your outing and you're questioning ball versus strike. Made the adjustment and that's in, 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Now, there's no one who's ragged on the umpires over the years more than me. But I think in the major league level now, I'm not sure I'd want to be an umpire. I mean, the technology is so good that everyone on TV knows if you're giving a borderline strike or a borderline ball. It just never used to be that way. Borderline pitches were however the umpires saw them and just get back and throw the next one. 2-2 here. Checked his swing, gets away from the catcher. Going to have to throw down to first base, and it's wild, and it's a base runner despite the strikeout. Chmielewski technically strikes out, but he's on first via a throwing error.
Third baseman, number 6, Kyler Sapi.
First error for either side. And the tie ball game, see if that leadoff runner helps the Merchants. Kyler Sapi to hit here. I bet Sapi's going to be asked to lay down a bunt. Rain is coming down heavier now. In fact, there's no wind to blow it around, but it's a steady kind of heavy rain at this point. Down low, ball 1.
I couldn't see walking up the steps. Is it too bright now?
So far, if the bunt is on, Sapi has not given it away. Inside-out swing that's on the infield. Shortstop takes a couple of steps in, and Brady Houston has retired Kyler Sapi. Now, just a what if. This is a 7-inning game. This ball game would become official if the Merchants could push a run across here in the bottom of the 5th. Take the wins any way they come, right? This was Tanner Graham's spot in the batting order, but someone else is hitting for the Merchants. We'll tell you who that is in just a moment. Who is at bat right now, please? Brandon Kranz is sitting here. Not sure if Graham left the ball game because of a collision he was involved in. Slow hit ball behind second base. He and second baseman Tony Leby collided. Leby made the catch, but Graham took the worst of the collision. Runner at first, 1 out, in the rain in the bottom of the 5th. There's a strike. Somebody told me once that Turfus, or the drying agent, was going for $80 a bag. And that was years ago. It's probably more than that now. Out in front of that and fouled off. So someone who does the fundraising or manages the team budget, when he sees one of those bags, he goes, whoa, 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 do we need that? Wind is picked up a little bit, and if anything, the rain is heavier. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Hit him. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Brock Warren, big bat coming up for the Evergreens here. And what are we doing now? We're having a discussion on whether we are going to suspend play. This game is going into a rain delay. This is unfortunate timing for the Merchants. Again, a run across would give them the win in this ball game that's tied 2-2. Rain delay here at Simon Field. If our game starts up again, we'll be in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out, and the Merchants will have runners at first and second. it may be coming heavy enough. And you know what? This field took a lot of rain earlier today. It rained heavily in the area this morning. That it will not take a lot more rainfall for us to be called tonight. We are scrambling to cover up the pitcher's mound and the home plate area. A rain delay in the bottom of the fifth, tied 2-2. We're going to suspend our coverage as well. If play starts up, we'll pick up right here on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our three facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
I'm Chris Conley, and welcome back to Simon Field. Just after we went into rain delay, we had some rumbles of thunder and some claps of lightning, and today's baseball game has been called. No more baseball tonight with the Dacts and Merchants tied 2-2. This game is not an official game. We had to get through the bottom of the fifth inning, and we were in the fifth with one out when the game was suspended. So 2-2, it's as if this game didn't even happen. The Merchants had a 1-0 lead with an RBI in the second inning. The Dacts took a 2-1 lead when they added 2 runs in the fourth. And then in the home half of the fourth, an RBI hit from Nate Langman tied the game at 2-2, and that's where we come to an end. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Dacts, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Merchants. It's an unofficial game that ends in a 2-2 tie as we are rained out on a Wednesday night. That's going to wrap up our Zaleski sports coverage. Thank you for joining us. Up next, we're going to have Wausau Bulldogs American Legion baseball on Saturday. It'll be a doubleheader against Holman from Athletic Park in Wausau starting at 11 a.m. Both games will be here on Zaleski Sports. Again, we're rained out, tied 2-2, game ending in the bottom of the fifth inning with showers, thunderstorms, and some heavy rain coming down now at Simon Field. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chris Conley. Talk to you again soon.